I know it's been a while. And it's not because I haven't had anything to say. It's simply because my phone is so full and I start videos and then I run out of space. So I am really heavy today on family dynamics. History has a way of repeating itself, as we know, and we also know that we tend to take after our parents, for better or for worse. What that means is, if you're not paying attention, you become what your parents are, and it goes on and on much farther. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I literally just caught a green light that's never, ever, ever green. So, anyways. I'll use my own kids as an example. For better or for worse, they do things that I can look at and say, that's exactly what I do, or that's exactly the tone that I use. And I can look at the way I parent and say, wow, I do this like my mom did this when she was raising us. Some things you want to pass on, and other things you're doing and you don't necessarily want to pass it on, and it's totally a subconscious thing. So with that said, I will say that this is something that happens without much thought, and it would be wise to take a look at your habits and think about whether they are useful or not. And if they're not useful, it's a great time to break the habit so you don't pass it on to your kids, that who will then pass it on to their own kids. And it's just this cycle. I know it's been referenced in the past as being a generational thing. We do I don't know any parents who raise their kids and would say that they don't love their kids. So these are things that happen whether we love our kids or not. But I have hope for the future. And I think being mindful of the types of things that we pass on can be very beneficial to future generations. I think that's all I've got today. It's beautiful today. The sun is shining. I was actually going through this very page right here and listening to some videos from about a year ago. And I think some things have changed. And it's kind of interesting to look back and see. Most of the things that I've talked about still are relevant today, and it's always interesting because literally just this morning I actually came across my journal. It's nothing like deep dark secrets type journaling. It's literally kind of like family updates, and I was reading through it and just wrote an update. I think I updated last back in September, but then prior to that I think a whole year had passed since I had written in it. So it's fun though. I like looking back and kind of seeing where we were and where we are now, and some thought processes that I've had in the past and how I'm seeing the fruit of those things now. You know, I guess I'm saying that I just can't complain right now. I am grateful for all the things that God has done in my life and in my community and in this country, and that doesn't mean trials haven't been had, because we know that as a country we've had many, many, many trials, and we will have trials in the future. And ultimately, what becomes of those trials? Are we going to learn from them, or are we going to just curl up in a ball? I've wanted to do both. Depends on the trial, how serious it is. Definitely have been times where I wanted to curl up in a ball. But I can say today that faith stabilizes the worst trials. You can walk through a trial and you have faith doesn't mean it's not going to be uncomfortable. It just means that it'll be okay. And so maybe that's just the attitude that we can adopt into our regular everyday lives and teach it to our kids. And I think things will be just fine. Have a great day.